Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to give a quick overview of what's going on in Oroville from more of a scientific perspective or engineering perspective. Hopefully, the goal of this is that it will help people disseminate what NPR is reporting from what's actually going on based on the data. So here's the issue. Um, there's the emergency spillway was used, and at risk of failing, if this emergency spillway did fail, which is the not the trough you're looking at there, but more on the bottom part of the image where all the water's running over that 1,500 foot approximately embankment. If that were to fail by even like the 3 foot concrete lip, if it were to break, it could send just this gigantic tidal wave of water equivalent to like 3 feet times the surface area of the reservoir downstream. That's what would cause the flooding and massive erosion of the slope and hillside you see in the photo below, which is supposed to be bedrock, although I haven't seen the geologic topography maps to prove that. So the last two storms filled this reservoir, which is why it was overflowing. And then you can see this kind of trough here. You can see that it's also eroding, and there's a big hole in it, but it's not quite as concerning. Like that can erode and not cause significant flooding, and they do have control of the amount of water. There's a floodgate there that's going through that. What could happen, worst case scenarios, a series of huge storms that come in and fill this reservoir faster than they can drain it, and that puts that emergency spillway way at risk of compromise and causing that like 3 to 4 or 5 foot break, which um, could result in potential catastrophic failure of the dam. However, we have to look at the weather. And so here's the weather forecast coming in, and we got another storm coming in, but it's not as big or as powerful as the last two. I mean, it's going to drop a lot of water, no doubt, over 10 inches in some areas, but it's probably 1/4 the size and spread out of even over more time than the last one. Then you have to look at what's actually flowing into the dam right now. So as of today, they have here's the storage levels. That's the capacity. Whenever it's over this blue capacity line, it's flown over that emergency spillway, and that's stopped as of today. You can see it's over 100% capacity. This website, you can see real-time data, and you can see how it's dropped from 900 feet to and this is elevation above sea level, not the elevation of the dam, which is, I believe, 750 feet. So it's gone from 900 feet to 896 feet. So it's dropped about 3 feet in the last day or so. And it's because the outflow is close to 100,000 CFS an hour, and that's less than the inflow. Or, sorry, that's significantly more than the inflow. The inflow is less than the outflow, and they just got to keep doing that as much as they can to get the elevation as low as they can, which will cause this graph to drop. So again, right now this one's reporting a little high. It just hasn't been. The data is from midnight, and we're looking at 10 a.m. today. So there's the 896 feet versus, this isn't showing in feet, this is showing in acre feet. So we have to compare 34,000. Or sorry, 348,000. See if I'm doing that right. Or sorry, I have to compare that 3.5 million acre feet to this 3.4 million acre feet. 3.48. So it's dropping slowly, but it is dropping. The more it drops, the safer people are. So at this point, the risk has been significantly reduced. You can monitor inflow real time using this Dreamflow's website. kayaker is built for kayakers to monitor river flows, and if you scroll down, you can see what's coming into the feather, all the inflows, and where they're at their dams. So they're still pretty high, but not that high, especially if let's refresh this data. And then you can see river forecasts using this website, the California Nevada River Forecast Center. And here's a map that shows the Lake Oroville Dam. And you can see these forecast points at the middle feather, the west branch of the feather, the north feather. So if we go and look at those, we can see, okay, what's forecasted to come in as these storms come in. You can see the peak at 53,000 here on the middle fork feather. This is a big part of why the reservoir rose by 50 feet in just a couple of days. But the next peak is forecasted to be much lower. I mean, this is a lot of water, but not as much. Here's a look at the west branch feather. It peaked at 15,000, but it's forecasted to peak at about 3,000, much less water over more time as these next series of storms come in. Same with North Fork feather. Peaked at 40,000, and it's forecast to peak at 6,000. And so all these branches, you have to total their outflow, total their flow together, add them together, and that equals the inflow into the dam, plus any accretion. So again, what this looks like is that the dam operators will be able to release more water than's coming in, and will make this dam even safer. How will you know when the dam's really safe is when the water level is below this spillway. So they don't have a line in here for that. I'm not sure what line that is, but if they can get the water level below this damaged concrete spillway's inflow, this dam is in great condition. I don't know if that's going to be possible for a while. It could take, just guessing, maybe 2.5 weeks of max outflow with no storms to get there. But I haven't done any math. I'm just speculating on that. So that's what's really going on as far as a data-driven perspective. And if I had a house below Oroville right now, or in the floodplain at all, I would make sure I had flood insurance for sure to be safe. But I would say that's just for more peace of mind. I wouldn't expect to have major flooding, at least right now. However, if the weather changes and you get some big storms or atmospheric rivers coming in, to where you're getting say 10 to 20 inches of precipitation in just 3, 4, 5 days, that's when I'd be really concerned about this dam being compromised again. So I hope this helps people understand what's going on a little bit better with the Oroville Dam.